What's going on, guys? Today I'll be doing a review of the Sting Armaplus boxing gloves. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so today we have the Sting Armaplus boxing gloves. We'll do a close-up weigh-in and review on. I got mine in the white and gold color scheme, 14 ounce. It's a Velcro closure only glove. And this would be Sting's entry-level glove that they offer. It uses a synthetic exterior, so this is not a genuine leather. They use what it feels like a really smooth, kind of a matte finish, polyurethane type exterior. You can see here with the white and gold. You do have that Sting logo on the back of the glove. Notice that there's no seam where the thumb meets the back of the hand. It's all one piece. It says Sting Armaplus in gold. Velcro closure, you can see that it has that plastic Sting patch that's stitched onto the back. 14 ounce right there, that's printed on the side. Gold piping all throughout with a rounded cuff. On the inside you have a smooth tricot style liner that's good for moisture wicking in the back of the hand. You do, or should I say the back of the wrist, you have that same synthetic polyurethane type material. And then the Velcro closure you see there. Some across ventilated holes right there on the palm, as well as a mesh grip bar to help with moisture. No ventilation on the thumb, and then a full length thumb attachment right there. And you can see right here, again, pretty cool looking gloves. Sting is the official glove or equipment supplier for USA Boxing. I know a lot of high level amateurs all the way to the Olympic level use Sting products. They have some higher end gloves that are more expensive. But then you see these right here, and these are good probably for those of you that are trying to get into boxing, or maybe you're an experienced boxer and you need yourself another pair of gloves to throw into your rotation. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and put this onto the scale to show you guys how much these weigh, being that they're advertised as 14 ounces. Hopefully they're true to weight, or at least close to it. Let's bring the scale down. Let's start off with the right glove. And the right glove weighs right at 13.6 ounces. So a little bit under half an ounce off. And the left glove is at 14.4. So between the two gloves, they're about an ounce off. The left glove being a little bit heavier. So it would have been nice to see a little bit more symmetry as far as the weight goes. But nonetheless, pretty close to weight. So let's go ahead and do the review. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here, and today I'll be doing a review of the Sting Armaplus of boxing gloves. As you can see, I got mine in the white and gold color scheme. Sting also offers this in a matte black color scheme as well. It's a Velcro closure only glove, and you can get this anywhere between 10 to 16 ounces. So you have several different sizes to choose from, 2 different colors to go with, and a Velcro closure only glove. Now, Sting as a company has been around for a while. They're the official gear manufacturer for USA Boxing, so you might have seen a lot of top level amateurs, even at the Olympic level, that use the Sting equipment. The Sting Armaplus is their entry-level boxing glove. And design-wise, this glove uses a synthetic outside layer right here, or should I say a synthetic outside cover. So it's not a genuine leather glove. It has kind of more of a matte and smooth feel to it. And I guess to say that it's a combination of some type of polyurethane that they use for the exterior. It does have more of a mid to compact profile with a shorter cuff. So if you're one of those people that likes a little bit of a shorter cuff that's rounded out, then this profile of the glove would definitely suit you. But again, you can see it has that gold Sting logo on the back of the glove. You do have this little design right here that goes over to the fingertip compartment and to the back of the glove. You can see it does have the gold piping that goes throughout that offsets the white. It has a really nice color scheme. I think it looks pretty good. The Sting Armaplus is printed right here on the thumb with the plastic patch right here on the back. That has kind of a little bit of a sharp edge. If you were to use these for sparring, I definitely would probably put some tape over this plastic patch, just because if you catch somebody with that, you could definitely cut them open. So that would have been something nice to see if they maybe were to recess this plastic patch into the synthetic material here. That way you don't have a lip on here to cut someone open. So I would definitely tape over that. You can see the full length Velcro strap right here. and that goes around with the full length Velcro on the back of the glove. You know, rotating it around, you can see again, it does have a smooth tricot liner on the inside of the back, using that same polyurethane material they use on the exterior of the glove on the back of the wrist right there. I'd say that the padding alongside the wrist is about 1/4 of an inch that goes all the way up here, as well as about 1/4 of an inch that goes up on the this side of the glove, on the outside part of the glove. So it's pretty stiff right here. It feels like an EVA type of foam that's really nice and hard to give you some of that nice vertical support on your wrist. You do have this cross-ventilated hole right here on the palm, as well as a mesh grip bar to help with moisture wicking, and you do have a fully attached thumb. Now the quality of the gloves are pretty good for a synthetic glove. I mean, looking at this, I'd venture to say these gloves are probably made in Pakistan or China. There's actually no label on the inside of the glove that indicates where it's manufactured, but again, like anything else, my best guess would probably be Pakistan. But the color of the white is really nice. The actual gold has, you know, I'd say a satin metallic look to it. It's not really super shiny, but enough to really give it more of a classy look to it. The material is done really nicely. You can see that they reinforced the stitching all along the thumb. I didn't find any loose threads from the factory, even after using this on the bag for quite a few rounds. With it being white, obviously the big thing is going to be cleaning these gloves. I make sure I use a moist towel to really wipe this off. I don't use any harsh chemicals on it, especially being white. You don't want to discolor it. But you can actually see the stitching is done pretty nicely, double stitching throughout. You don't actually see anything popping off. There's like, maybe I'd say areas like right here where you have a little bit of extra stitching that's coming out. And maybe right here, you can see they kind of went over a little bit extra on the stitching where the Velcro strap is at. But the piping looks done very nicely. Around the cuff looks really good as well. You know, the Velcro is really nice, high quality. It's very grippy, grips on real nicely. Did a good job of stitching that in as well. Putting these gloves right here, you can see the balance of the glove is a little bit more on the top heavy side. Obviously, a lot of the foam in this glove is a little bit more forward facing, so the majority of the weight is going to be from here, from the hinge point on, and you don't have a ton of padding. Again, I'd say about 1/4 of an inch on the wrist area, so this is definitely more front loaded as far as weight goes. It's not terribly front heavy, but you can definitely see it just has a little bit of a sag there. So for those of you just that are wondering about the actual balance of the weight of the glove, but overall for a synthetic glove, the quality is really nice. Now the actual inside, the comfort is going to be the big thing for me. Comfort is always probably the most premier thing when it comes to a glove, because they're not comfortable, you're not going to want to wear them. But you put these on and your hand is in a nice position. I feel that the glove is a perfect size as far as hand compartment sizing goes. I don't feel like it's too snug or it's too loose. Thumb placement is really nice. Fingertip compartment is nice and deep, nice and wide. You do have a nice little piece of foam or neoprene that goes over the fingertip compartment. The one thing I found with this gloves is that they're super stiff. I mean, they're really stiff right off the bat. There's going to take a long time to break in. There's a long break-in period with these gloves. I believe that they use a injected molded foam type foam in here, and you can actually see that it's pretty much impossible for me to open up my hand. So right here, I'm literally pushing with all my fingers, my force in my hand to open my hand up, and I can't open it. I can just close my hand just that amount right there to make a fist, which is fine, but opening it, you don't feel like there's any flexibility in these gloves. Even with the thumb, I feel like they obviously use the same kind of foam throughout the entire hand compartment. So you can see the thumb has the same stiff foam that they use, the injected foam right here. So it's pretty stiff as well. I mean, I can push my finger out and in a little bit, but that's about it all. That's as much as it's going to go. But the main thing is going to be this actual hand compartment with how stiff it is. I'm not really a big fan of that. I wish it was a little bit more flexible, or they maybe use a multi-layer foam, which I'm pretty sure they use on their higher end gloves. But again, it's just super stiff, and I feel like the comfort could be improved in that regard. So now protection and performance, that kind of goes hand in hand with that. If you're looking for a glove that you want maximum shock protection, then these gloves would definitely be a good choice for you. I mean, the injected molded foam, you can see here, it absorbs everything really. I mean, you don't feel any feedback really much with these gloves because of how dense and stiff this glove is. Let me take these off just to show you, but you can see right here, right off the bat, I mean, this foam is super dense. So even with using these for sparring, they're pretty solid. So I would definitely still recommend breaking these in on the heavy bag and putting some rounds in with these gloves before you use these for sparring, because again, the padding on here is just so stiff, and it just makes it really hard. It's one of the more stiffer feeling gloves I've used in terms of padding. So I wish there was a little bit more flexibility. But if you're looking for a good glove that does a really good job absorbing shock, is comfortable for the most part, aside from being a little bit on the stiff side, then these would be a really good glove for that. Cost-wise, these gloves are $60. So from a cost perspective, it's not a bad price whatsoever. I mean, the qualities are really nice. I like the design, the color of them. I like the exterior material that they use, all those synthetics. It's pretty nice. It has a nice smooth feel to it. Doesn't, it feels like it's on a little bit on the higher end of quality, rather than some of the lower end synthetic gloves that feel really cheap and tear, after a couple of uses. So $60 is a pretty good price. I mean, there's other gloves around that price point that I still probably would choose over these, mainly because they have a little bit more of a broken in feel compared to these gloves being super stiff, but still not a bad price point for these Sting gloves. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll make sure to put the link in the description box where you can find these Sting Armaplus boxing gloves, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.